Shoots and Ladders, AEW's Lights Camera faction. Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, this episode, we're going to go ahead and run through AEW's factions. We're going to kind of discuss which factions work and which ones don't. What are your initial thoughts on this?
I like the idea of factions.
Same, 100%.
And I feel like they can really help those that don't shine. It gets them out of their shell. It plays off people's weaknesses and strengths. So I think they work, especially with AEW, because it gets you to get to know a couple of other people more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, 100%. And historically, wrestlings have always had a lot of different factions. We've already talked about this at great length. AEW has a lot of wrestlers on their roster. You kind of need a lot of them. You need them creatively. You need something to do for them creatively. This actually kind of allows for a lot of different guys to have that. It'll be interesting to see if factions get absorbed, if any of them get dissolved. Again, this is very WCW NWS. That's kind of where my headspace is at. First faction we're going to go through is, of course, the Blackpool Combat Club. Obviously, this is by far the most prestigious that they have right now, the creme de la creme. Let's run through them. Let me hear it. What do you got?
I like them.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's just because I like Jon Moxley and because he's the leader of it. That's why I like it. But I do like that. I know this is terrible to say, how violent they are.
Yeah.
And lately their promos are giving us a little bit of those NWO vibes. So those are always fun. But who's in it? Jon Moxley, Wheeler, Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
They just added Marina and Pac. And yeah, I mean, I like them. They've always held pretty good. Their matches are really great. And I mean, I'm curious to see where they go next year and where they're taking this and this change.
Yeah, I would say so too. I think going back to whole NWO vibes, I would say that they're probably going to absorb a couple of different factions or kind of make people jump ship. It seems like everything starts and ends with this particular faction. I'm actually with you. I love it. Just Claudio and Mox alone really kind of run things. And hopefully Claudio gets a big push because I've always been a very big fan.
Yeah, he's great. And I know Mox has some beef now with Orange Cassidy, which is kind of shocking because I never would think they would put Orange Cassidy against Jon Moxley. Just based on their characters, they never look like that they would cross paths. But this actually looks promising and could actually put Orange over even more. So
yeah,
that'll be fun to see.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting to see that particular match in the next PLE. So yeah, there's a lot of different storylines within this actual faction. So I'm actually with you. I like it a lot. Next faction, we're going to go through House of Black. I got to be honest, I like the actual wrestlers in it. I just think something's missing. It's a little underwhelming.
A couple of years ago, they were like really, really good. I still like them. I'm a big fan of Malachi and Buddy and Brody.
I like them too a lot.
And even Julia, when she was part of it. I know she stepped away for a little bit now, but I love their entrance, and I love the mystery behind them, and they're really talented in the ring, especially with Malachi and his, what does he do, like jiu-jitsu and all of it. He's just so great in the ring. I didn't know that they previously were who was it? Malachi and I think it was Brody. They were a tag team previously for a similar idea behind this. But the only thing that confuses me now is they're starting a feud with Adam Cole. And Adam Cole just, to me, isn't that size of a wrestler to really take them on. And even that match that he had with Brody last week at Dynamite, I'm like, that's not believable. You're a smaller guy. And Brody, or who was it, Buddy, was massive compared to him. And then here comes Malachi out of out of the blue challenging him too. And I'm like, you know, you're going to take him. So I don't know.
Yeah, listen, I just think that I definitely think I like them. I really do. I just think there's something missing, and there could be a play to kind of put them over. Maybe they feud with Blackpool Combat Club, and that could kind of elevate things,
Potentially.
right?
Yeah.
All right, next one. Oh, I think you're gonna glow on this one. The Bullet Club Gold. So I know you love the guns. So what do you have to say?
They're so much fun. They are good TV. That's what they are. And Bullet Club is not a new thing. So Bullet Club stems from was it New Japan, and there's different branches in Ring of Honor and TNA and other places. So this specific branch is just a lot of fun. Like the guns, they're hot. They're just really great on TV, and they've just grown immensely. And with what Jay White and Juice Robinson, I think they're so much fun. Their promos are good. They're goofy guys. I just want to see some more from them because right now they're doing like one at a time. Because at the time, Austin and Colton were tag team champs, and then that got pulled, and then now it's focusing on Jay White. I want to see them all collectively come together
Sure.
and do something.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on that. I think if they were actually given more screen time and kind of given more of a push, I think they can actually take advantage of that. So that would actually be my hope. Now, do you see them in any type of like how would you relate them to particular storylines right now?
The only thing, I mean, I would love to see them go after the tag team titles, even though I know Private Party just got them, but I feel like their tag team division needs to be stepped up a little bit. I feel like they're slacking there. So I feel like, that needs to be done. I know Switchblade had some heat with Hangman and was in that PLE. I'm trying to think, where are they now and where they're going? Because now it's just like bits and pieces of where I see them. So I want to see them go after something big. Maybe even like Undisputed Kingdom or something like that.
Well, they're on our list, but before we get to them, the learning tree. Ugh. Yeah, I think we both kind of feel the same way. This is just an odd faction. It seemed like it was temporary. It's continuing to go. I don't like it at all.
It is so weird to me. It's so awkward. And I know it started off with Chris Jericho wanting to mentor Hook, and then he ended up bringing in his trees, and that's what Big Bill. And who's the other one? Who's the other one in there? Brian Keith?
Yeah.
But it makes no sense to me. It's weird. Like, even when he does his intro, it just throws me off. I think it's a waste of time, a waste of creativity. And the fact that Chris Jericho is now holding the Ring of Honor title I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah. Makes no sense. My personal prediction is this is going to get dissolved within the next couple months.
Hopefully very soon.
Yeah. All right. Next one, the Elite. I went back and forth on this one, but what do you have to say first?
I like it and I don't. And the only reason I like it...
Okay, I'm the same. That's what I was like. I go back and forth on this.
But it's because they're heels. I don't like them. And that's why I don't like them. And that's perfectly fine. I don't like the Young Bucks. I have stated this so many times. I don't like them. And I'm glad. The only thing I did like previously is that they lost to Private Party. They're no longer tag team title holders. And I found out they're going on a hiatus. That's the best news that I've heard. And it's fine. They're supposed to be, they're the EVPs. They carry this arrogance. This faction has been going on since the beginning of AEW with like Cody Rhodes was in it. I think even Adam Cole was in it. It was just, I get it. It works, but I just don't like them.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of went back and forth. I really didn't know what to say. I kept going back and forth. I kept going back and forth. If I had to guess, they're probably not going to stick around that much longer, though.
I hope not.
No,
I
no.
think it's time for them to go.
Okay, fair enough. All right, speaking of Undisputed Kingdom, which we spoke about a couple minutes ago. All right, let's get into them. I actually really like Undisputed Kingdom, and I know you do.
I do. They're awesome.
There we go. Keep glowing.
No, they really are. And okay, I'm going to say this. I do not like Adam Cole. And I know he's the leader of them. So, minus them, I love everybody else. I love Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. I got to see them live in a Ring of Honor match, and they're just so cool. I love those guys. They're really great. And Roderick, he's all right. He's not new to this, and he's always fun to watch. And then somehow Wardlow was thrown into it, but I like how they were debuted, at least to AEW, with them targeting MJF with Adam Cole, and he was the devil with his guys, and then they attacked him. And the goal, they did the promo back in January where the goal is for all of them to be holding titles, and then they kind of slowly kind of disappeared, and now they're back again. So I'm excited to see them back.
Yeah, same here. And again, I think they're going to be brought into a lot of relevant storylines in the very near future. So I think the future is actually bright for Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah.
All right. Last and maybe least, no, I'm just messing. The Dark Order. All right. I kind of went back and forth on this as well, to be honest with you. But I know you have thoughts on this. What do you have to say?
I think it's time for it to end.
Yeah.
To be honest, respectfully, and that's just because I know everyone loves this faction because of Brody. There's a lot of emotional attachment to it. However, I don't feel like there's a lot of meat to it anymore, because really all that's left is like John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Evil Uno. And they very rarely have matches now, or maybe I'm just missing it and it's more on Ring of Honor. If anything, it's a Rampage match. I know it's beloved, and they had some really, it was pretty big a couple of years ago. Even had Anna Jay there along with Ten or Preston Vance now. But I know the crowds, at a live show when I'm there and they come out, everyone stands and is hollering for them. But now I feel like it's really time to just let it die down.
Well, it seems like Dark Order is exclusive on Dark Matches. Right? So I think that, yeah, I'm kind of with you. If you're not going to get that screen time, then there's really nowhere for you to go.
Yeah.
Unless you're just going to job these guys and put other guys over. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. All right. That being said, I mean, there's a lot more factions than I realized. That was probably my first initial takeaway. I'm like, yeah, because I just kind of forgot about some of these guys overall. Because sometimes you'll see them in a match, like, oh, I didn't realize. I forgot that they were actually in a faction. So as far as relevant storylines, we obviously know Blackpool and such like that. Any final thoughts on where some of these guys are going to fit into as far as like current storylines, or if the next pay-per-view?
The one that I'm really excited about besides Blackpool is Undisputed Kingdom, just because they recently turned face, and then they're going to start their feud back with MJF. So that's the one I'm most curious about.
Sure.
So I'm excited.
All right, good stuff. All right, listen, that actually wraps up this episode. Please DM us. What do you think about these factions? Where do you think these guys or storylines end up going? Also, please like, share, and subscribe on both YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time. See you later.
Bye, friends.